Thank you so much for sticking with us. This morning we have our friends with Mission CISD to talk about a very important topic, especially when it comes to back to school. So you want to go ahead and introduce yourself for us?
Definitely. Hi, good morning. My name is Jeanette Ballesteros. I'm a mental health counselor with Mission CISD.
Awesome. Okay, so we're talking about homesickness this morning. It happens with a lot of people, especially a lot of young people, especially when it comes to back to school. Kind of tell us, what can you tell us, especially with the mental health aspect?
Definitely. So, of course, it is back to school time, so we have a lot of students that have left to college. This might be their first time away from home. And so, of course, like it's a very normal to experience, mixed feelings. It's excitement and fear and all kinds of things. And so, one of the things that we need to talk about, of course, is normalizing the fact that homesickness is just a natural part of the process.
Yes.
It's a big, major life change, and so we can talk about that openly and freely without judgment. That's going to be really helpful. We need to encourage those kids, of course, to connect and to find supports within their campus, whether that is joining clubs or participating in activities on campus, or also seeking out the resources that their campus might offer, like mental health counseling or support groups. Encourage them to stay tied to their home. So maybe bringing mementos or decorating their dorm room the way that they would have had at home, right?
Family pictures.
Yeah, definitely family pictures to kind of help stabilize them and make them feel comfy at home. And also encourage them to constantly communicate with their family members, schedule some kind of phone calls or video chats every week, so that that way they can keep those that line of communication open and really stabilize those bonds.
Absolutely. So how would you, I know you gave us just a lot of details right there, but how would you really define empty nest syndrome?
Empty nest syndrome is basically the feelings of sadness, loss, or grief that one might experience following a family member or students leaving the home. And so it's very normal. Once again, that's a major life change, but it's also something that we can tackle just by acknowledging it. So maybe seeking out mental health counseling if a person is struggling, talking about it openly, establishing a whole new routine for those parents, because now they're no longer focusing on their kids as much, so they have free time. So looking maybe into getting new hobbies or acquiring a new skill to kind of help them, fill that time wisely.
Yep. I was just about to ask you that too, because we do focus on the kids and how they're getting ready to leave the home, but the parents too. That's their child. That's who's been with them for the past 18 years in that one household. So what other advice would you have for the parents?
I would really encourage them to practice self-care.
Okay.
So exercise, eat healthy, establish a new routine, go to church, or just kind of fill their time wisely, and if they need help, to seek it out.
Very good. Okay, so just here, well, for people who are just tuning in, we're talking about, homesickness, things of that sort. So with Mission CISD, what services do you have offered for students who are getting ready to leave the nest? I know this is probably for a lot of seniors who are going to take advantage of this. So what advice do you have for your students?
Well, some of the services that we offer at Mission CISD do include mental health counseling. We have 7 therapists and 2 social workers that go from campus to campus to provide that kind of support. We also have our guidance counselors that are located at every campus, which is really helpful. But I really encourage those students to learn how to talk about their feelings and their fears, to establish a plan, coordinate with advisors prior to leaving to college to kind of help prep themselves.
Very important
for that.
Absolutely. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really do appreciate it. A lot of important topics here, especially when it deals with mental health, but the thing is that it's normal, and that's why you can also seek help and keep this conversation going. So thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And for the meantime, let's go ahead and get a look at weather with Chief Meteorologist Brian Hill.